Welcome to the Kinky Perks podcast. We're going to be delving into the world of kink and fetish. On the gay scene, there's lots of kinks and fetishes that maybe some of us don't even know about or maybe haven't even heard of. We're going to be attending events. We're going to be speaking to kinksters from all over the world, from leather men to sports gear to BDSM to rubber, you name it, we're going to delve into that world. We're going to be asking questions like how they found it, how they're finding it now, how social media affects them. We're also going to be speaking to the brands that make the clothes, make the gear, and we're going to go on this journey together. So join me as we go into our next few episodes. In this first episode, we're joined by the lovely RJ, otherwise known as Kinksterforlife. Now, I've been following RJ for some time, and he really does have some amazing social media pictures and posts and videos, and looks great in all gear. So we're going to delve into his sportswear, rubber, and all his other kinks. So let's go. Welcome to Kinky Perks podcast. I am joined by the lovely RJ, otherwise known as Kinksterforlife. How the devil are you?
Not too bad, thank you. It's a bit chilly today.
It is a little bit under the weather, but you're still showing up, which is great.
Still showing up, and just in case it rains, I am well prepared.
So, obviously, I'm going on a kink exploration across the whole gay community to find out, like, what kinks are there, how they found their kinks, who's into what kink, etc. And I'm going to lots of different events, and I've been following you for a long, long time now. I think since my first trip to Darklands, maybe, and you were one of the tracky guys, I suppose. Is that your kink, or
it was like my first kink, I think, because my old account was Trackies for Life, because that's where kind of my kink started, was with trackies and scallywares and chav, and then from there it's all kind of evolved and spiraled out of control into the sense where I can't put it in my wardrobe anymore.
Do you have a separate kink wardrobe?
Yes, I've got like my main wardrobe, which somehow still keeps growing, as well as my kink wardrobe, which, every time I like get a rubber suit out or a tracksuit out to like fight it back in, it's like, please go back in there nicely.
So do you remember when you first discovered sportswear, if that was your first kink? Do you remember when you first discovered that?
Yeah, so it definitely goes back to like high school and like being in class with these chavvy kids that would wear like the trackies and stuff like that. It was definitely the thing about them that attracted me. I think I probably discovered that more before I like kind of realized I was gay. Like I associated myself with wanting to look like that and wanting to be that kind of guy. Before I associate the fact that, actually, I want to do stuff with those kinds of guys. I don't just want to look like them.
That's so similar to me as well. I was exactly the same. And I think like Footballers' Wives was on the TV at the time as well. And like that was like showing people in football kit and tracksuit bottoms and stuff, and that's like it was seen on TV in Queer as Folk and stuff like that. And that's when I first kind of saw it, and I was like, wow. And that was before I even came out, and that's when I discovered, before I was gay, that there was obviously a kink side there. And then how did you then? Do you think that sports gear then kind of filters into the rubber side, or is that something you found separately?
It's something I kind of found separately, so I wasn't able to really explore any of it until I had my own house, because living with my mum, she'd notice. You have it in your head all the time that your kinks and these things that you see are massive and big, and if anyone sees you doing even something wearing a pair of night tracksuit bottoms, they're going to immediately look at you and go, "Oh, look at what he's wearing! Look at that!" And it's like, it's not like that. So for me, it was in my head, so I was never able to really explore it. I think I bought maybe a few pairs of tracksuit bottoms when I was living at my mum's, but I kind of wore them for just relaxing. I didn't wear them for anything because I didn't really go to any events. I didn't really meet anyone. It was tricky to do. Back then it was, the internet had only just evolved, smartphones were only just coming to see. If you wanted to message a guy, you had to have a stable like dial-up connection and hope that you could find someone on like Gay Romeo that was into tracking. So from there, when I moved out and got my own house, I was able to, with my fiance, like start exploring these kinks a bit more. So I got a shiny PVC tracksuit. That was like my first bit of proper gear. And then from there, rubber. And it just kind of, it spiraled. It was like, well, now I can explore these things. Like, you see the guys wearing the trackies and rubber, you see them wearing the shiny tracksuits, and it kind of all leads from one to the other.
It's all evolved into one, hasn't it? I always think that, like, I remember when I first went to a fetish event, and actually the tracky guys are wearing the rubber tops, and it blends very well. And then now the the brands that are making the sportswear that were just making nylon or were just making the basic athletic gear are now making the rubber high shine gloss PVC ones.
It's weird to see how like they've kind of swapped, because back in the 90s it was like that thing to have shiny nylon, and then it kind of drifted away. And now it's slowly coming back. I think they realise that we can make like a reflective night tracksuit and sell it for £180 for a jacket and £200 for some bottoms, and people will buy it because they love it.
I don't think these bigger brands like Nike and stuff realise how big the gay market is either. I think they obviously must be aware. They must have somebody somewhere in that marketing side. But I mean, if you know, have you been to Darklands before?
I haven't. No, it's not really my kind of event. Because of my relationship status, like being in a close relationship, for me, Darklands is just a big, expensive trip to stand on the sidelines and watch.
Yeah.
Which I can't ever justify the cost of.
Yeah. No, of course. No, that's understandable. But obviously events in this country are still just as good. Have you been to Sneaks Weekend?
Yep, I've been there twice. I went there for the first weekend and I went for the last one. The last one was really good. Went with some friends and we just had such a laugh.
Have you found being in that kink world as well, you've made some really good friends that you would never have met?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like some of my best friends I made through kink. I would never have met them otherwise. Like my friend Mikey, who lives up in Manchester. Like I wouldn't have even thought about going to Manchester if I hadn't gone there for like an event or to meet him. Like it wouldn't have been something I'd have thought to do.
Yeah. It's a really good thing though, isn't it? I think that's one thing about the kink community is that everybody is non-judgmental. And like I said, this is why I wanted to do this and these interviews. I want to explore places that people may not have heard of, or kinks that people are maybe too embarrassed to talk about. Or, I mean, I went to Darklands for the first time a few years ago, and as a person to have a stand on the market, and the first maybe hour of being there were things I saw that I'd never dreamed of seeing. But it's so non-judgment, and I wasn't ashamed of asking questions, and people weren't afraid of talking. And I think that's why this platform, I think, is important to be able to talk about it and share.
I think it is. I also think there are some kinks that are sadly still quite judgmental. I think there are some kinks where you've either got to have a certain look or you are looked down upon. And I think that isolates some of them kinks. And I think that's something that the community has to work better at kind of relaxing a bit.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think like some of the brands especially as well need to use models that are more the same as the rest of us. So we don't all have that lovely V line and have 6-pack bodies or 8-pack bodies. We're all human. We're all beautiful on our own right. And I think that's where some brands maybe need to utilize the people that are in that community.
I was talking about this the other day to a friend. I was saying that, you get these companies that go, look, here's our new range of shiny tracksuits, to be inclusive, we've made sizes up to 4XL, but here's our model that's a size small, a twink with a 6-pack, It's great. I get it. That is going to sell your product because people are going to look at that and they're going to think, I wear that product, I look like him. But if you want your stuff to be worn by the bigger guys that want to be a part of that group and want to be one of your models, you need to show that it looks good on them. What's worse is then, because they don't do that, them sizes are sizes that don't sell, so they're the ones they scrap, and then they go, next time I do a design, I'm just going to do my standard small, medium, extra small.
Yeah.
And it isolates it. And what I find is brilliant as well is the amount of these companies that turn around and go, LGBTQ+, we have to have T, we have to have trans, we have to have queer, we have to have all of that. It's great. But where are your trans models?
Yeah.
Where are your models of colour? Where are your whole inclusivity instead of just
don't just put a flag on it.
Or don't just send your gear out to the perfect Instagram model that's got 10,000 followers because they're going to take a picture wearing your gear and promote it.
Yeah.
Send it out to the other people because the community has got popular accounts of people of colour, of trans,
Yeah, absolutely.
And it just feels like they are so underlooked in so many campaigns and so many projects.
Well, hopefully the people like us with a voice will break them barriers down a little bit, and I think that's important. And I think for people, especially people that are coming out or haven't found themselves or even haven't found a kink, we're not saying you must follow this kink, but equally the whole point is that they know about these things. They know that there's events. They know that they can go to a bar in London or Manchester or wherever and not feel ostracized because they're in tracksuit bottoms and trainers. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like, if that's what their kink is, that's absolutely fine. If they're not into that, but they still want to go, we're all a friendly bunch, and I think that's important, isn't it?
it is. I do think that the one advice I'd offer anyone who's going to a kink event first is, for the first time, is try and go with somebody. I
Yeah,
think there is nothing worse than going to one of these events. I did it. My first ever social, I went with my other half. And because I didn't really know anyone there, I felt so ostracized.
yeah.
Um, because it just felt like I didn't know anyone, and everyone was just kind of watching you and judging you, and they're like, "Who are you? I don't know you." And it's really bad because my other half now will not go to an event like a social again
Yeah.
because he felt that isolated, and it's like it's really hard to sell to him, but like that's what a social's like. You know, he thinks,
So
well,
is he a
what is an
Kinkster as
event like?
well, or have you? Is
No,
that
he's not so much. He's got like his own little kinks, but not. He's nothing like me. Like
no?
his kink wardrobe is a lot smaller.
Because you've taken over the rest of it.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah.
And do you plan, like, for the year what events you want to support and what you want to go to, or is it kind of just a when you're free what you want to do, or
For me, it's more like when I'm free and when the events. There are certain events like this year. I really want to do sneaks again, just because I've done it last year and I had a really good time, and I've got friends
yeah,
that will do it. I
yeah,
think that's what I base it on. I base it on, okay, I've been to this event before. I've had a good experience. I will now do that again.
yeah,
But it also, you know, I have to balance my life. I can't set my life on kink events. I have to
yeah,
go right. Well, realistically, this like Manchester Rubber Weekend. I'd love to go to that this year, and a lot of my friends are going. Are you coming? You know, we want to do it with you. It's lovely, but it's my dad's birthday weekend that
yeah,
weekend, and
yeah. Well, life takes
it's
on. Life
it.
is not just about your kink, isn't it?
But that's the thing, and I think that it's lucky if you're the kind of kinkster that has a partner that's and has that kind of relaxedness in your
Yeah,
relationships and your families where you can go. Well, actually, no, I'm busy this weekend.
yeah.
Sadly, my family does not work like that.
And do you feel pressure from, especially social media? Do you feel pressure from that to like post every 5 minutes and wear something new, buy something new, follow the trend? Do you feel the pressure from that, or do you just do your own?
Not at all, and I think it's a mistake that a lot of people will go for, especially new kinksters. I think a lot of new kinksters will start a kink account and they'll go, "Here's me with my rubber boxes," and then they'll see all these they'll see all these people on there that have got like tons of suits and like everything, and they'll go, "Oh, I have to be like that." And I will always say to these new kinksters, I'll always say, "Look, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Build up your collection in your own time." I have taken years to build up my collection.
Yeah, well, it's expensive as well.
Exactly. Like, don't feel like you have to have all these suits instantly. Because at the end of the day, someone is not going to be chatting to you and wanting to get to know you because of what you're wearing. And if they
Yeah,
are, then that's the wrong thing.
yeah,
They should be chatting to you and getting to know you because of who you are, not
yeah,
because of what you've posted a picture of. And I
yeah,
think that social media definitely has that struggle because, you'll see people are posting regular. But then I also think that if you fall into that pattern, it becomes a job.
yeah.
And then you lose the joy. And then once you've lost the joy, you lose that association with kink of something that's pleasurable, something that's fun, and and then you'll stop wearing your kink gear, and then it'll spiral.
Yeah,
So it's very much about having to go. This is my account. I post things when I want to. I post wearing what I want to wear, and if anyone else has a problem with that, they can go
don't
follow
follow me.
someone who posts every 2 days.
Yeah,
But the people that are happy with what I post and how I post and what I wear, those are the people I want to develop these relationships with
yeah,
because those are the people that are actually taking the time to know the real me and respect
yeah.
my boundaries and my limits.
And do you find, like, with the brands, especially, like, do you think they follow the trends as such? The likes of Nike, etc., have, or do you think they branch off on their own? Like, do you think they're in their own lane? A lot of them.
I've never seen a brand that's kind of like followed a trend that I've seen like Nike or something do. I think
No.
Nike will always do something because Nike releases such a wide array of things at
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to go, okay, we'll focus on that. I think the brands do kind of stick to their own lane. I think the brands will try and align a lot with events and a lot
Yeah.
with like days.
Yeah.
So you'll find, especially like when there's Darklands, you'll see a lot more. Okay, let's advertise Rubber and Leather because they're the main events that are going to be at Darklands.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
there's Cologne Kink Weekend, right? Mr. B are now going to be promoting Rubber a lot more. It's
Yeah. But I always find, like, some of the retro style items just disappeared, and that's where the shame is a lot, especially in the sports world. Like, a lot of the Adidas retro shiny shorts and the retro tracksuit bottoms and the Umbro side of things, like they just disappeared, and then nobody's really brought them back. And then some people have tried, but then the material's not right. Do you think there's a market for things like that to come back?
I think there is and there isn't. I think it depends on your generation, because I think there will be guys that are growing up but won't even know anything about that.
Don't even know what they are.
They'll look at it and they'll go, "Oh yeah, that's nice," but they won't. They won't go out of their way to seek it, because there'll be something new and there'll be something else for them to do. I think if you were going to bring it back, you'd struggle a lot to find that niche market that goes, "Oh, I remember these are what I'm after."
Yeah, and when you're looking for gear, how do you look for gear? Do you follow something? Will you spot something that's what somebody's wearing on, say, Instagram, and you've seen that, or would you be like, well, actually, I haven't got a blue pair in this style, or what? How do you shop?
Oh God. For me, it's I see guys wearing it. I go, "That looks good."
Yeah,
I think for me, one of my main, or I say probably my main kink, is that I like wearing gear that I've seen other guys wear and wearing other guys' gear. That's my main thing, or being told what to wear. That is one of my main kinks. Like being told, right, you're going to wear this today, or this is my tracksuit, you're going to wear that after I've worn it. That idea that I'm wearing that gear, so I am almost becoming that person, or that's who I am now. So for me, when I'm looking at gear, it's mainly stuff I see on other guys. It's stuff that I will go into shops and go, "Oh yeah, that looks nice, I'll try it." But I try, honestly, I also look at gear that I'm going to wear. Like I've gone into like Libidex and I've gone, "Oh wow, it's rubber, this is lovely," but then I do realistically stop and think, right, I've got one of these, I don't wear it enough. I can't justify spending £200 on a new surf suit, So it's very much a case of, if I like something, I'll see it, I'll put it on a wish list, so that if someone does want to treat me, they can get it to me. If not, then I know it's there. So if I'm ever thinking, "Oh, I'm in the mood for something new, what have I looked at in the past?" Then I'll go through and I'll go, "Okay, yeah, is that still holding an appeal for me?"
Yeah. Do you have a go-to? Do you have like a set outfit that is like your baby that you've always had, or do you have does that change quite often?
Changes on a regular basis. I will do a day each week, or each day. I will do a day every day of the week in a different kind of gear. Like I will spend Monday in leather. I will spend Tuesday in PVC. Wednesday nylon. Thursday I might do footy kit. It really does. I totally vary it, and I think that's why I try and like my brand. Oh, not my brand. God, that sounds so horrible, doesn't it? I'm not a brand. I'm a person. But my profile is about embracing all kinks. It's about going, well, I'm going to try this and see how this looks. So it honestly it varies. Recently rainwear has been a thing. It's it's something that I've discovered recently, quite new, and I really love it. And it's just, again, it's something that's comfortable. It's something that's easy. It's something I can relax in.
And versatile, because it kind of goes across with the sportswear and the rubber at the same time.
Yeah, like you could wear. In fact, I've got pictures I'm going to post at some point with rubber under this set, where it's like it just works well together.
So is there, like, every week, do you always wear something gear-wise every week?
I try to do it every day. Every day after work, I will come home, I'll have a shower, and then I'll get into some kind of gear. Mainly because, again, it just makes me feel good. It makes me feel nice, and I enjoy it. But also to try and justify to myself that I've spent all this money on these outfits. Even if it's something as simple as wearing a pair of skater boy boxers under like a normal tracksuit, I'll wear that. Because it's
and here's a controversial question: do you have a favourite brand?
No.
No.
I honestly,
between Adidas and Nike, what would it be?
Oh, that'd be Nike.
See, it's hard. I always think Nike for trainers and then Adidas maybe for bottoms. I don't know.
It's really weird because when I started out at trackies, the only company that was doing, because the trackies I really started out liking were the kind of tapered ones, the football ones.
Yeah.
And the only company that were doing them were Adidas. So looking back at like my oldest pairs of trackies are all Adidas, but I don't really wear them anymore because a lot of my other stuff is Nike. And I don't know, there's something about mixing brands. It's like, oh, do you do that? No.
Yeah. And do you ever, when you get, like, obviously you're talking about old tracksuit bottoms, do you ever sell them on? Do you ever put them back into the market for somebody else to enjoy?
Yeah, I've sold a lot of things on my Second Skin account where I've looked at gear and I've gone, look, I don't wear this anymore, and I'm going to sell it, but not at an extortionate price, because there will be kinksters out there like me that have gone, I really want to start this, try it. You know, I don't get it. You get some guys that sell like a pair of used Adidas tracksuit bottoms for like 60 quid, and it's like, you probably bought them for 20
Why?
in the first place. Why are you doing, like, sell them for £20? You're still making money out of it. You're not
Yeah.
wearing them anymore. It's sitting there doing nothing, but someone else can bring so much joy from that.
Yeah. I think what's important is like people that have got that larger collection, that if they're able to give that to somebody who maybe can't afford to get things brand new, but they want to start their kink journey, we're helping them. And I
Yeah.
think that's important. Like that's a massively important thing to do.
And that's why I try and keep my gear in as good a condition as possible, so
Yeah.
that whoever does inherit it after me, you know, it doesn't feel like they've inherited something that's wrecked or destroyed. They can inherit something
Yeah.
and have their own life with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a good way. I think that's a good thing that all of us should be doing, to be honest. I think like we're all going to grow out of things. We all change shape as we grow older, and the youngsters are always going to come in with their V shapes and their six packs and their ultra. I mean, like we
I
were
mean, I
that
didn't join
generation
with a
once.
six pack or a V shape, so.
So, do you have a favourite item at the moment, other than what you're wearing now?
Um, Again, it varies so much. What was I in last night? Last night, oh no, I wasn't in any gear last night because I was in bed at 7 o'clock. Oh no, but then I was in my skateboard boxers sleeping. So, no, I think one of my favourite items would always be my rubber tracksuit.
Yeah.
And it was something that was quite nice because it was something that my other half and I bought together. It was something that, you know, we bought in stages because it's expensive as anything. So I bought the trackies one year for Christmas, and then the next year I bought the jacket for Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, and that was my Christmas presents for each year. And it was nice because it was a way of me kind of going to my other half, look, this is what I'm into. You know, I want you to be a part of this life with me, even though you might not, you know, be into it yourself. You know, it was nice that he embraced it and was like, you know, I get that you're into this. You know, I enjoy seeing you in it. You know, so I'm going to help make that possible.
Yeah.
And it just looks amazing. Like, there is no way, but anytime I wear that, I don't feel good. It's nice. It's heavy rubber. It's always like when I've shined it, it looks great. Always catches eyes, like without fail. Like whenever I look at pictures or like anything of me in it, I'm like, wow, that's a great bit of gear.
Yeah. And do you have, and what's on your wish list at the moment?
So many things. I don't know. So I'm not really like I've got some waterproof bottoms which I've been wearing a lot lately, and I'm kind of after the jacket to go with them. Kinky Locked have just released a singlet with a zip in it, which is quite nice. It looks really good, and also the fact it's got a zip on it. Trust me, when you're going out and you want to have a pee, there is no worse thing than having to take your top off and take your singlet down and shuffle down and like in a cubicle, or if there's no cubicles, think, shit, what am I going to do if I know? So that's quite nice. Yeah, it's not really anything that I'd say right now. I'm like, yeah, I really want that. Which is nice to be at that level where I'm like, I'm happy with what I've got. If I get something else, it's great and it's nice, but there's nothing where I feel I am missing this.
You must have. There's not a must have. Yeah.
I mean, no, there's stuff I'd love, but there's nothing that I can't do without. You know, like I said, my wardrobe is pretty full. I cycle through outfits. I have outfits sometimes where I pick them up and I go, I've worn them for like a month. You know, and I don't want to be someone who neglects their gear, because then it becomes an obsession rather than an enjoyment.
Well, it can sit there in tubs and tubs and tubs, or drawers and wardrobes, and then what's the point in spending all that money when you're not actually going to be wearing it?
Yeah.
Like, you can have the odd few pieces that you wear with other things constantly, and that, I think that's important as well, isn't it? It's like, don't go crazy and buy 50 pairs of trousers or tracksuit bottoms, because you're not going to have time to wear them all unless you're doing it's your brand and your job. Do you know what I mean? And
this is what I say to new Kinksters when they're like, oh, I need like 6 different suits. It's like, you're only going to wear one at once. Get one, see how you feel, enjoy that one. And then if you feel like, okay, I'd like a different suit because it matches these trainers, fine. Then save up for that, go for that. Don't think immediately, I need all of these things at once.
Yeah, it's when you see people that they're trying to follow the TN trend, and it's like they're buying the same pair of trainers in 5 different colours, and it's like, that's great, but it's like you're then going to start obsessing over the outfit that you've got to have with that same colour. It's just, there's no need, and they're £150-200 a time, aren't they?
That is definitely me. It's definitely me when I've like got an outfit, and but then it's the thing, like when I've bought my TNs, I've always bought them with the intention of like, that will go with that outfit, that will go with that.
Yeah,
that's why I don't just get them because they're a pretty pair of TNs. Because if I'm not going to wear them with something, what's the point?
As well.
Yeah, has to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's got, and that's the thing. That's where kink and normal will cross over, isn't it? Because things like TNs can be wear you can wear them whenever, and that's crossing over into your normal everyday life. You might wear them for work, but equally, it's like in your mind that that's also part of your kink world that nobody else might know about.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And I think that's quite nice when you're able to incorporate them
Yeah.
things in.
So, what is new for 2026 for Kinksterforlife? What things and dreams and what's coming up?
I don't know. I'm hoping I don't get banned. That's my main hopes and dreams. I
Surely
had a
not.
few scares over Christmas where Instagram like started to remove my account every so often. Um, but no, I don't. I think it's just about just keeping doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm really gutted because Instagram removed the ability to go live unless you've got a public account that's over 1,000 followers. Um, because I would have loved to, because I used to do, like you know, I used to do shows where you go live and you'd have different people on, and it's nice to build that sense of community.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I think it's just about just keep doing what I'm doing, really, to try and get out a bit more, to do a few more events.
Yeah.
I'd love to get down to the Leather Social in London again. I'd like to get out to a few more of the more social based events if I can. But at the same time, it's like I can't do much.
Yeah.
I've got a really good kinky friend in America that I'm hoping to go and see in December and go to a few events there. So yeah, other than that, it's just about just being me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to chase numbers. I don't want to be the person that's like I have to have this many followers or I have to have done this many posts. This is who I am. Like I'm going to post when I want to post. I'm going to do random polls. I'm going to write a few stories. You know, I'm just going to put stuff out there that I hope people enjoy it and will inspire these conversations of, you know, oh, that's nice. Where did you get it? Or how do I get into that? Or what does
Yeah.
that feel like?
I think that's really important as well. And you saying that as saying like you're just going to be you and follow that's really important, especially in a world where we feel pressured so much in everything we do, and you've got to follow the trend or you've got to have X amount of followers, and it's not about that. And especially in this world as well, the support should just be there no matter what. You should be able to, like, I've never met you in person, but I know at some point in the next few months, whenever, we're going to catch up at some point, and this opens up a different world for everybody. And I think that's what this is all about.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that it's about making sure that you are present to people. And I will always respond to every single message I get on Instagram, even if I have to sit there for an hour each day
Yeah.
and go through. I'll always respond because someone has taken the time out to message me to ask me a question or even just like a post. The least I can do is show a like or show some kind of response to go, you know, I appreciate that. And I think that it's wrong that there are people out there that, you know, have these huge followings and go, oh no, I haven't got time to respond to you, or you're just annoying me, or,
You're just a
you know, I'm
number.
just going to, yeah, you're just a number to me. You are someone who appreciates me, and that's great because I'm going to keep my nose up at you. It's just wrong. And I don't understand people that have that because everyone starts in that place. All these people that had these thousands of followers have all started as that, you know, nervous person that was worried about trying on their first bit of rubber in a shop and was thinking, oh God, if I go into a rubber store and try it on, what if it rips? What if I don't get it on? What if it gets stuck? What if, you know, the person helping me, you know, feels like I'm some kind of pervert? Everyone does it. But they forget it. They all forget when they get these numbers that's because
they
for
forget
them
where
then
they
it's
come
so
from.
easy. It becomes an everyday thing. Oh, I'm just going to pop into Black Star and get, you know, a new rubber suit or that. And it's like you don't. There are still people out there that are still going through this for their first time.
Yeah, I think that's a really important message as well. We've got to remember that we were them people, and we've got to remember how hard that journey was. And yes, okay, social media is bigger now, and it's easier to tap into apps and meet people, but there's still that scare. You're still a human. You're still got that same feeling that we had when we were scared of going out in a pair of tracksuit bottoms or rubber or whatever. It's exactly the same. And these
100%.
people need that little, like, don't be scared, don't they? We're there, like the
just to know that they're not alone, because everyone feels like they're doing it alone. You know, as much as you can see all these people at events, you will still feel alone. You will still go to an event that's surrounded by leather men or rubber men or guys in trackies, and you'll still feel like I'm here by myself. All these people have got friends. I don't have any connections. I don't have anything. I don't belong. When really you do belong. You just, you know, you just need someone to go, hi,
you're okay.
Come on in.
Yeah. And do you have anybody or any brands that you would really like to work with? Like collab wise, or are you just like, if it happens, it happens. If somebody asks me, I'll see what I'm doing.
Again, that's not who I am. I'm not a content creator. I'm not someone who makes or takes pictures for the sake of, I'm going to promote this person today.
Yeah.
I take pictures because this is me in this gear. This is what I look like. It makes me
and I
feel
want to
good.
share it.
Yeah. You know, if one of them companies shares it, happy days. You know,
Yeah.
if someone wants to send me something, happy days. But I'm not out there to chase it. I'm not an advert. I'm not someone's, you know, doll to go, you know, we want you to model this standing in this location. It'd be great. I would love to be a model for gear. I would love to, you know, model for an event and do something like that. But I don't want, I'm not going to chase it. I'm not going to go out there and go, this is what I want to do with my life, because it's not always going to happen. And also, as I've said, it's not for, I don't feel it's for guys like me. You know, I'm not someone who goes to the gym every day. I'm not someone who's got a six pack. You know, I'm not someone who's as involved in the scene as a lot of people are.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with that, because what I do still makes a difference. You know, I still have people that want to hear about my kink journey and hear about my views, and I still am able to get my voice out there. And that matters more to me than going, you know, Kinksterforlife is sponsored by da-da.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's an important message, definitely. Well, it's been a pleasure. It really has. And thank you for coming to speak to me on here, even though you've not been feeling very well.
Thank you for having me.
Nobody would never have known.
No, I only coughed and sneezed a little bit, but hopefully no one can see the snot dipping down my nose. It's fine.
No, we can edit that out. That's fine. But no, it's been great, and we will catch up in person at some point as well, and then hopefully see you out and about at Sneaks Weekend or somewhere like that.
100% be amazing to meet you in person.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.